Asia.
Hello.
I like your overalls.
Thanks.
I've never seen you wear overalls.
I've never worn overalls.
When did you get them?
I got them on, believe it or not, Amazon.
Oh, and you kept them.
And I kept them. It was this. I've been doing good with the Amazon.
Really?
Yeah.
What else?
I bought like a dress that I kept. I was like, sick.
Love that.
I bought some boxer shorts.
Yeah.
That were a win. There was something else. I don't remember what it was, but there was a couple like big hitters, and I was like, all right.
Fair.
Yeah, it's a little out of my comfort zone.
I know.
But
You, I feel like, don't like overalls.
no.
And now here you are.
Usually the proportions are weird,
Gotcha.
but
Valid. When you stalled to say where they were from, I thought you were going to say you ordered them from Temu. I don't know why. I was like waiting for that.
so sorry. No, I'm terrified of Temu. I'm literally scared of it.
My dad ordered from Temu.
People ask me, I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Called me and he was like, Lucy, have you like heard of this website Temu? Like I ordered
No,
stuff from
and
there.
everyone I know says it different. My dad says Temu.
I don't know what it is. I think it's Temu.
It's not. I don't think it's real. Like I think it's
fair.
Like I just don't believe it.
I wish I remembered what my dad ordered because it still didn't come. And he's like, do you think it's coming from China? I said, absolutely.
I 100% know it's coming from China.
I absolutely already know that.
No,
it
my
is.
dad asked me like weekly, should I buy this off of Temu? He says. And I'm like, no, it's not.
No.
It's not a real website. You're not going to get it. You're spending $2 on God knows what.
I saw this one guy on TikTok. He is at an address and like he's gotten packages for the last 30 days from Temu, but he's not ordering it. And he's like, I just have too many packages at this point. And
Well,
it's all,
that's
like,
kind
random
of fun
stuff.
though,
Yeah.
because then you're like, well,
What is it?
it?
How is it
That
getting
person's
here?
probably like, I ordered this 6 months ago.
Probably. And they're like, it's still never arriving.
No, I literally
So-
I don't know what it is. I think it's
I feel like
it
it's
scares me.
Similar. Did you ever use the app Wish?
No.
Did you hear about it?
But I think I heard about it. Was it somehow related to Pinterest or no?
No.
Oh,
I don't think so.
I thought it was like people were comparing it like, oh, it's like Pinterest, but you can buy things off of it.
Maybe. That actually sounds
Yeah.
similar to the way it was
But I
structured.
was like,
but
I don't think about that's
I don't remember what those bracelets were called. I think they were called Loci bracelets. Did you ever hear about those?
no.
Oh, well, I bought mine. I got a knockoff
Oh,
one.
was it like beads?
Like
No.
they were rubber beads.
Yes. Okay.
And
okay.
the black one was filled with the sand of the Black Sea, which is the lowest part of the world. And then the white was filled with like glacier water from Everest. And it was
And it's not.
and it was like $40 on
no,
the website.
That sand is literally from San Diego.
I say it out loud. I don't know why I would have thought that was real.
People are literally buying into that bracelet thinking this is sand from Mount Everest.
And it was supposed to be like balance because it's the highest
Oh my
and the lowest.
God, yeah.
So I bought like 4 of them off of
That's something I
Wish.
feel like you would walk by like a kiosk in the mall and they would be like trying to do demonstrations of like
I'd be like, cut it
balance.
open. But you don't
Let me
even
see the
know
sand.
it.
Let me see the sand. Oh yeah, that sand is
That's sand.
definitely from
That
the
is
lowest
sand
part.
right there. They could have lied the whole time. They did.
Maybe we should each buy something off of Temu
Yeah.
and like see if it's
We
real.
should buy one for each other. You should buy something for one another and see if
Yeah.
it comes.
I think Temu's like worse than Shein.
Yeah, I won't buy from Shein.
I won't either.
I feel like, is it morally? Yes, but also products are really bad.
It falls. I
I'm
do
just like
have
slave
something.
labor. I feel
I
as
think
though.
maybe in college I bought something from
Oh, yeah.
Shein, and it's like fabric from Michael's, like poorly sewn together, and it's like, oh,
It was
what
like,
is this?
I had bought like a button down and it was like great. And then I washed it and it somehow
yeah.
shrunk 4 sizes. Everything unraveled.
You can't
You could
wash
see
that.
through the like fabric at that point because the colors bled so much.
No, literally, that's
I was like,
borderline
ugh.
Forever 21 too.
No,
like
because you can't wash it.
you can't wash
no,
it.
You can't wash. You're
stuff.
never washing those clothes.
No.
I remember I had a velvet blazer from Forever 21. I didn't wash that thing once. I had it
No.
for like 4 years. I was like,
I remember it was
washing
blue.
Yeah.
I remember that blazer.
And also, because we bought it when we
you
were
ripped the inside because I remember that.
we bought it at Black Friday when I went with you for the first time, and I was like, "This is the blazer of my dreams."
Yes.
And it was a deal. It was like 40% off, and they only had a medium, and I have swimmer shoulders. I have
Classic.
broad shoulders.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could maybe squeeze. And so I bought it. And then like,
Yeah.
I think the first time I wore it, I like lifted my arms. The entire inseam just like ripped.
No,
and I was
Forever,
like,
Forever
for sure.
21 clothing is like jail. Like there's no give. It's like, this is it.
Such a weird metaphor. But yeah.
No, like there's no stretch. Like a t-shirt's supposed to stretch, not Forever
No.
21 t-shirts. There's no
No.
stretch.
Also, all the faded, it's either like super faded print on it, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
graphic tee, or it's like on there and that won't move. Like that is like a lot.
Or did you ever buy the like skinny jeans there and like you took them off and your legs were blue?
Yeah, because the dye.
From the
just,
dye?
like, yeah.
Yeah, that happened to me.
Skinny
Many
jeans.
times.
I don't, well, see, in Idaho Falls, we didn't have a Forever 21.
Oh.
So I only had Rue 21,
Oh.
which is like the worst
Lower.
version
It's
of
lower.
Forever 21. And then we also, geez, where did I shop growing up? Because it was Kohl's, Route 21.
Kohl's, you had so much Kohl's
We
cash.
had so much
You
Kohl's cash.
had so
Mine
much
only
Kohl's cash.
collected Kohl's cash like nobody's business. She would bring in that Kohl's cash coupon and scratch it off with a penny and be like, "This isn't 30%. Give me 30%." I respected Noni for that a
Oh
lot.
my gosh.
And then probably Aeropostale
Oh yeah.
and American Eagle. Those were like the
Yeah.
only places.
Out
I
of
had.
all of those, I will say American Eagle has stood the test of time.
They've stood up their game a little.
They did
too.
up their game, and I'm proud of them.
I am
Aeropostale, I
too.
think, is gone.
You know, I couldn't.
Did you
tell
say
you.
Aeropostale or Aeropostale?
Aeropostale?
Okay, I don't really know. I think I said both.
You say pastel?
I think I have. I think I have in the past.
Aeropostale?
Like I'm French. Aeropostale. I don't know. I was
You're
trying
like
to
a
be
fourth
cool.
grader.
I
They're
was
like, where'd you
like-
get that Aeropostale?
No, I literally did.
It just says Aeropostale too in like,
I'm like,
big
there's an
letters.
asterisk on the E. Aeropostale.
I love that.
But that's gone, I think.
I remember the days when you had to wear it. Like you would only buy it if it said Aeropostale
Yeah.
on it.
Oh, my brother went through a phase where American Eagle, where like it had to have the big eagle, or like
Yeah.
American Eagle, the bigger the better.
Such a weird time.
It was a weird time.
I don't know why we chose that
Yeah.
life for us, but that's okay.
All about brands. You just
It was all about
Yeah,
brands.
and now
it
it's
still
like-
is.
more basic. Yeah, basic is. Now it's like if you see the brand, you're like, ugh, it
Ugh.
icks me out. I'm like,
I feel like
I
for
don't care
clothes-
where you got that.
Yeah, I was telling my mom today because I'm seeing my nieces next week, and I'm gonna take them to Sephora, and I was like,
Nice.
because let's face it, when you're a teenage girl, brands matter, and
They
I was
do.
like,
No, they
I
really
could buy
do.
them lip gloss from Target, and they would never use it.
And now I go
unless
and I'm
it's
like,
Glossier.
what is the cheapest one here?
I'm not. I still feel like I care about the brand,
I
unless it's
yeah.
Burt's Bees.
Yeah. I do
But
if I'm
that's-
like if
even
it's a
then
product
it's
I'm
the
putting
brand.
on my face. That is where I care
Yeah.
about the brand. Anywhere else, I'm like,
Fair enough.
cheap.
Perf. Makes sense.
yeah.
Um,
I feel like a lot happened this week.
a lot did happen.
A lot that is important to you happened this week. So
I know. I need a moment to decompress about the insanity that was this last weekend
somehow
for Taylor
I just
Swift.
don't. Taylor Swift. I don't like. You think she's done it all.
And
You
she
think
ups herself.
You think she's like the most relevant human being, and then she becomes more relevant. And I don't kind of get it.
She scares me so much. Her mind, I am frightened by it. I don't
Yeah.
understand how quick thinking she is, or if she's like so beyond thinking that she just does whatever she wants and everyone thinks
Yeah.
there's so much thought that goes into it when it was really just like a fun idea.
Yeah, that I would maybe think that, but
I
like
think so.
maybe not. I
In
don't
my mind, I'm like,
know.
she's a mastermind. And I think in her mind, she's just like, la da da. What
Yeah.
would be like, this
Like,
would be so much fun.
She writes a song and says, "I am a mastermind," but I'm like,
She is.
are you or are you not? Like, I don't know. I think both ways she is though.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if you're not, but you're calling
Yeah.
it as it is,
Because, yeah, so this last weekend, she was in London.
right?
And it was her 3 nights in Wembley. And this would meant a lot because her last 2 boys were London boys.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like, haha, she sold out the biggest stadium in your hometown. Or at least that's how I looked at it. I doubt that's the way she's looking at it. But in my mind, I was just like, oh, Joe Alwyn and Maddie Healy, take note. She is like queen of your city.
I don't even think I would have thought that. I don't think I would have remembered that they lived there.
They do. In fact, they're natives there. And so there was so many things that happened. And so, oh no, now it's all escaping me. So the first night, the Prince William went with his 3 kids.
Yes. This is the Kate Middleton's husband.
Kate Middleton's husband, the royal family.
Yes.
Literally the highest you could be in that country. And so he went with his little fam, besides Kate Middleton, she was not there.
Yeah.
And then he was dancing his heart out to shake it off, which was amazing. But then Taylor Swift took a selfie with the prince and his kids and Travis Kelsey, because Travis Kelsey was there, her boyf. And she took a selfie with them, and then she posted it on her main feed. Now I know what you're thinking. That's so fun.
I'm thinking, what does that mean? To be completely honest with you, I'm like,
this is the first time Taylor Swift has ever posted a picture of her boyfriend on her Instagram.
So the focus of
Hard
this,
launched.
Hold on. So the focus of this is not that it's the royal family.
No.
Travis?
It's that Travis is in there. And
what?
The fact that not only did she hard launch her boyfriend, she hard launched her boyfriend with the royal family.
I feel like the launch is it happened way long ago.
I know, but they've never posted each other on their feeds. This is the first time. It's like the same with Sabrina Carpenter and Barry Keoghan in that music video.
Well, everyone knew they were together.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same thing with this, though. Like, everyone knew, but, like, it's in print on her page.
Yeah,
she never acknowledges it. And so it also just is so funny to me. If you, like, press on the photo, you see that Killa Trav and Prince and Princess of Wales is tagged in the same
weird.
I'm like, I love it. And he's wearing a USA hat. And I was just like, Slay King. You remind him who you are. And so I just like think
There's like no respect there.
He wore it to all 3 shows. He's like, USA.
But like, why?
I think he's just like, it was fashionable. I don't know.
A USA hat being fashionable?
His like looked good though. And it was like Olympics. Kind of.
Okay.
But then his brother went with his wife, Kylie. Jason and Kylie went as well. And there was an amazing photo of Jason Kelsey having friendship bracelets all up his arm. And there's like a video of him showing his wife, and she's like, cool.
That's so cool.
That's awesome. See, look at his hat. It's like fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just like the American flag.
I was thinking like just...
No.
Okay.
So it was just great. And then he went on stage on night 3.
I did see that, yes.
The whole bit was she sings the smallest man who ever lived, and basically at the end she dies of that song, where she like sings the last note and she like lies dead on the stage. And then her dancers normally come and carry her to the couch and like shake her awake, and like you have to keep going, like keep performing, like because then she sings I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. And because that whole song is like she has to just keep going and like smiling through it, all the pain, right? Okay, so yes.
Keep going.
So instead of the dancers carrying her, Travis came out in a suit and like in costume, picked her up, carried her over, dusted her off with a makeup brush, fixed her makeup, and then he was like, go, go. And then she blew him a kiss and he blew her a kiss. And it was the cutest thing ever. And I have watched the video of it so many times, like from every angle possible.
What is like the emotion you feel when you watch that?
Like shed a tear because I was
like,
just
are you just filled with joy?
I'm like so filled with joy and just like so embarrassing. It's so dumb. I get how dumb it is, but I don't even want to say it.
I mean, if it brings you joy,
just, like,
I guess.
So happy that there's someone who loves and like supports her in that relationship, because like all of her previous boyfriends were like not about embracing her and like
Right.
like boosting her up because she was already so big.
Yeah.
So I just think it's so cute that like
No,
he's
that,
like,
yeah,
I'll do whatever. Sure, I'll put on a top
cute
hat.
sentiment, yeah.
And like the man's 6'8", 6'7". That's a custom made suit. Like
Yeah.
they made that for him.
Yeah.
And he was like, sure, dress me up. I'll go on stage and do this fun little performance and like cheer you on. And so I don't know. It goes into a whole probably other side of me being like, she's just finally getting to be Jules. He's letting her. And none of her other boyfriends have. And I'm just like, she's thriving.
Yeah.
I eat it up. But she posted about it too today. And I was like,
on her personal feed.
uh-huh.
Oh, like a video of it? Or?
Yeah, she posted a video of it. And then she also said, let me read it word for word. She said, and I'm still cracking up / swooning over Killatrav's Eras Tour debut. Never going to forget these shows. And now I'm like, it's only fair. I want them to put her in the game.
Honestly?
Could you imagine her running out of
They're
the tunnel with them?
Dude.
They're like, let's go. I just would pay
That
big dollars.
that would be iconic.
I'm just like, I love this.
She's like the kicker.
I just think it's so funny. And so the amount of like tweets, it's just iconic stuff I feel like that's being put out right now.
Yeah. I
I
saw the
couldn't shut up
video
about it.
once. And I don't mean this like disrespectfully, like I mean it in the best way. They are she and like they're just like so cringe.
They are,
But like
100%.
But like together they're doing it
It's
and it's
perfect.
Yeah. Like,
Exactly.
And I don't mean cringe in like a bad way. Like I just mean like whoa.
They're cringe almost like in a cliche. They're cringe in a cliche way.
Yes.
And I think that's why they're cringe.
I think it works.
But they embrace that cliche. Like they love that cliche. And I love it for them.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even like pretend like if I were in her shoes because literally I can't fathom that.
No.
But like
In what world?
In what world? Like she did his signature like Archer pose on stage. Like it's just like so cliche and I am loving every minute of it because it's not me.
It's like it's cringe and cliche and they're leaning into it. And I think
it's great.
I think that's what you have to do when you're that popular. Like
I heard something recently where it was like, I think, well, it wasn't me that said this, but the person said, I think people who think things are cringe are really just jealous.
No, yeah, we talked about this.
We did.
Nikki Glazer.
Nikki Glazer. So
And
I
that's what
100% agree.
I was like, let's do away. And I look at me saying cringe. Let's do away with like the cringe. But if it's gonna be cringe, like lean into it.
Like they're leaning into the whole American boyfriend football player, and she's like the actress, and I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And
On a more
so-
like bringing it down to like our level though, like if you're like worried about posting something because you're like, oh my gosh, this is cringe.
Yeah.
Tell me why I'm always thinking about people that I went to high school with when I post. I'm like,
all the time.
why do I care?
All the
Like
time.
that someone I went to high school with is gonna see this and be like, that's cringe.
I posted those like series of me watching Dune, and I was like, this is so embarrassing. No one's gonna watch this. I had all these people from high school be like, OMG, I just watched that. And I said, I haven't spoken to you in years. Thank you so much. Glad you liked it.
And then what's even more cringe is sometimes when I'm like nervous about it, I'll go back and watch my own stuff and I'm cracking up. I'm like, I'm hilarious.
I do the exact same thing. No. All the time. I'm like, tell me why I've watched my story
And I laugh
times.
every time.
I'm like, so funny.
I'm like, I'm glad I posted that.
No, we do need to get away with just do away with it.
Yeah, if you're like, oh, that's cringe and that's gross, you're probably jealous.
You are, yeah.
Am I jealous of Taylor? Maybe.
Yeah, I am.
Maybe I am.
Am I jealous that she has a boyfriend that will get on stage with her in front of 90,000 people, wear a top hat,
Literally,
and then do this to me on stage? Yeah, I am.
Am I
100%.
jealous? Yeah. Am I jealous that she had to stand there and hear him say "Viva Las Vegas"? Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
That is like, see, that's where I'm like, he's such a golden retriever boyfriend because he did that, and it panned to her, and she's just like.
But then he's like, now she's on stage dancing,
and he's
dancing
like,
around, and so it's like it works.
It's amazing.
It works.
They're just perfect, and I called my mom to tell her.
Oh
yesterday.
man,
It was so important. And then I hung out with your family, and I was like, Lucy, don't say it. Just
I know.
don't say anything about it.
I imagine your mom being like, "Oh, that's so cool. So like, what's going on with you?"
And I was like, that was it. That is what's going on.
It's like Mindy Kaling in The Office.
No.
When Jim's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And she goes off all this like pop culture stuff.
I've said it so many times. I think that character is me.
Literally.
Because I'm like, I literally just told you. He's like, what's new with you?
I love
Angelina
her.
and Brad got a divorce. And he's like, no, what about you? I just literally told you. Or the part where she's like, I've learned I talk so much, I tend to tune myself out. And I'm like, me to a T. I don't remember half the things I say. So,
that's amazing.
anyway, yeah, no, Wembley was a big weekend for me. This
that was
weekend,
a big weekend for you also because you were going to go potentially and you made so much money by not going.
I was going to go to that show. The show he walked out on stage.
No. Just
You guys,
you made money.
it's honestly probably better because that would have been
You would have been
me.
insufferable.
That no one would have spoken to me for
You would
weeks.
have been insufferable.
Because every single time I would have met anybody and seen anyone in my real life, I'd have been like, look
Look what
at
I
this,
saw.
Look at this.
With my eyes.
And so like it's probably for the better, but I like will never recover from that.
Yeah.
I'll never recover it emotionally by not going, but if I win, I would have never recovered financially. So
I will never financially recover.
I will never financially recover from this. So yeah.
I think it's good to keep this and maybe at a distance, like a far off reality for you.
Yeah. I think in my mind, I'm just going to make it like a little dream world. Like nobody actually saw
like that's
that.
in like your, like it's its own planet.
Yeah,
in
like
your
those
brain.
people weren't real that were there.
Yeah, no.
Paul McCartney was there though, and he left the VIP tent.
Yeah.
And he was just dancing with Swifties, and I'm like, I love Paul McCartney.
Oh, that's cute.
And then Andrew Scott and Phoebe Waller-Bridge from
I saw
Fleabag
them
left,
too.
and then they were like leaving the VIP
Are they a
tent.
couple?
No, they're just like best friends.
Besties. Okay.
They were like leaving the VIP tent, and then she started singing "Style," and like you hear that iconic intro, and they both like look at each other, grab each other, and run back. It's like the cutest video ever.
Cute.
I'm obsessed with it. I watched it several times. So yeah, that was a big weekend, and then Gracie Abrams came out.
Gracie
I feel like I was really
Abrams.
close to that.
I recently just found out she's J.J. Abrams' daughter.
Yes.
Daughter?
Yeah, she's a nepo baby.
I had no idea.
Nepo baby, but talented. So
Very
I mean,
talented.
Give
The
her her
album's
flowers.
good.
Her new
Yeah.
album's amazing.
It's really
I
good.
love it.
Her
I wasn't a big
her previous one didn't hit with me.
Yeah,
But this one does.
this one hits hard. So
Every song I was like,
yeah.
what?
Tough Love.
And there's a
Us.
Taylor Swift
Yeah,
one
there's a
on
Taylor
there.
Swift one.
Good for her.
I know. I don't know if you saw it. There's like a video of after they wrote it. There's like a fire in Taylor Swift's, I think, apartment. And like Gracie's like recording, and Taylor Swift has to like get the fire extinguisher, and she like
What?
can't. Like I think it's a candle,
Oh.
and like it was really funny just because Taylor Swift can't get the fire extinguisher.
Why do you have a fire extinguisher in your house?
I hate to say this, I think you have to have one.
In your house?
Do you not?
No.
What happens if there's a fire?
Fire alarms. And
That
then
doesn't put out the fire.
And then you leave and call 911. Do you have a fire extinguisher in your house? No. Literally no.
I believe you're supposed to. My family has one.
Where do you buy one?
I don't know.
I only see it in like corporate, like public buildings, like a school or like a church or whatever.
I think you're supposed to have one like under your sink.
No. No shot. No shot.
Maybe we do a poll, but I know for sure my parents have one.
I know for sure my parents don't. We've never had one.
I think my dad has like shown me how
Well,
to use it.
Your dad is also a retired cop, correct?
Yeah. Do you
That
think
makes
that works?
sense. In my brain, that makes sense.
It's like your dad is a retired school teacher. Of course he has one.
No, it makes sense for sure.
Maybe.
I've never heard of that in your own house.
Because I guess when your candle catches on fire, you're not supposed to put water on it.
Same thing with like a grease fire too, right?
Grease fire, I know you put the lid on.
I don't know. Half the time in my house growing up, the fire alarms were disconnected. anyway. So
That's so bad.
oh man, thank God we never had issues with that.
That is good. There was a time we were watching, I think it was like Godzilla in our basement in our home. And all of a sudden we were like, do you guys smell smoke? And we went upstairs and our next door neighbor's house was just on fire.
That did happen to us
Like
one
the
time.
whole thing.
That happened. Yeah, that happened. We were watching a movie and it was a couple houses down, but like their trash can caught on fire, and it was like the whole side of the house.
Terrifying.
And like my dad was the one who called 911 because we didn't have a fire extinguisher.
Fair enough. That's valid.
Fire scares me though.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that's valid.
I just like
In
if
a
I
real
wanted
sense.
to buy a fire extinguisher, where would I go?
Probably Home Depot. For sure.
Never in my life have I been like, oh, I should have one.
Well, I mean,
I guess
you haven't needed it in all the time you've been alive.
Fingers crossed.
So-
Fingers crossed.
Valid. Something else I wanted to talk about.
On a sadder note, maybe
Yeah, this is unfortunate for this person.
another world tour. That is going to be no longer.
For all of those listening who just love Justin Timberlake, he's had
All
a
the
run-in.
trolls fans
All
out
the
there.
trolls fans out there. We've got bad news.
Tell your
for-
children.
Bad news for
Yeah.
what's his name in Trolls?
No idea.
Branch. I was like,
You think I watched this
I
movie?
was thinking like Birch, Branches, MIA maybe in the next Trolls movie. Or it's
He's-
going to be a different voice.
Yeah.
Because Justin Timberlake got arrested in New York for a DWI, which we learned was
Yes, give me the lowdown.
driving while intoxicated
It's driving while intoxicated and then driving under the influence.
And I guess he refused to take a breathalyzer, so they just assumed he was intoxicated.
Yeah.
And so that's why they labeled it that. But then later, when he had to get tested, it turned out he had several drugs in his system.
Which, okay, there's many things I'm like, you are an idiot.
Yeah.
You're a A-list celebrity.
A-list.
I know you
Well,
have...
Maybe
I
B?
know you have some cash money
Yeah.
to buy an Uber
Yeah.
or a taxi at the minimum.
Yeah.
Walk. It's
Yeah.
New York.
It's New York.
Why are you driving?
A million
Why are
things you could have done
Literally, why
differently.
are you driving?
Besides
Second
getting
of
behind the
all-
wheel.
Second of all, why refuse a breathalyzer if you know there's other drugs in your system?
B.
Like,
Precisely.
you know it's gonna be a way worse
Yeah.
like allegation there if you have
Yeah.
if you're caught with X, Y, and Z as opposed to like a breathalyzer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it. He's
I-
so dumb.
Can't fathom. But I also think it's crazy because I think this is the most press Justin Timberlake has gotten in years.
He's like, I was trying to be relevant, man.
He's like, this was a PR move. I just
Trolls
made-
wasn't doing it enough. I had to swing the other
me
way.
getting NSYNC back together wasn't enough. Because like I hate to say like this has also become like the bit of the month for sure.
Yeah. So, okay, I was seeing all the jokes that was like, oh,
Yeah.
the world tour or whatever. Come to find out, I didn't know this was actually said. So what, how did that
So-
come up? Like, who heard that?
I think the cop is like writing up his ticket, and then like Justin like sitting behind the wheel, just like, oh, this
Crap.
is gonna ruin the tour. And the cop's like, what tour? Justin Timberlake says the world tour. Like, oh, that's such a humbling moment for him.
yeah.
But
Which-
like now it's such a funny bit because whenever anything happens, you're just gonna be like,
Ruin the
this is gonna
tour.
ruin the tour.
It's gonna ruin the tour.
My flight's delayed. This is gonna ruin the tour.
No,
They're out of
it's-
stock of my style.
No, it's
This
literally
is gonna
fully like
ruin
going.
the
It's
tour.
that verbiage is going
It's
into
yeah,
like
every day.
into slang
Every day.
into everybody's like communication.
I'm
now.
trying to think if I like have because I've saved so many of the funny ones.
Yeah.
And there's just like so many different shows that it's like mimicking, and so I'll post some later. But it's just comedic gold
It's just
to me.
so really embarrassing for him.
It is.
Like-
And then I think like a few days later, he ended up being able to like perform in Chicago, but it was like hella awkward.
What?
I don't know, because he gave a whole speech in Chicago, and he's like, I know sometimes it makes it really hard for you guys to love me, but I appreciate your love. And I was like, sir,
So
you got behind the wheel of a car.
I really don't know if I understand the legal system.
I mean, I'm sure
How
he
was
like
he-
paid whatever he needed to pay to get out. Is my assumption. I guess I don't know, but
And what, he's just has like a fine to pay and like
Probably.
revoked license, I guess.
probably.
Man, though, to get up in front of your world tour after that mugshot came out is embarrassing.
Humbling.
Yeah.
I would never show my face.
I'd be like,
But also,
the world tour
there's
would be
no
over.
shot he could cancel. Like, imagine like the deficit.
I just
he
thought
would
it was
be
like
in.
definite. Like, oh, it's canceled. Like, it's literally canceled. You got a DW whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go personally. I think if I had bought tickets after that, but
Oh, no.
Also, I think I would go because I'd be like, what is he gonna say?
That's true.
Is he gonna address? The
I really
situation?
do wonder how it's gonna affect the the trolls.
I'm like,
the trolls following.
Is Trolls gonna drop him?
Because-
Is DreamWorks gonna be like, you're done?
Because if anybody, the parent population, they jump on board like people who are like
Yeah.
people who are playing the voices. Like they're like
yeah.
they're doing the work to know who's.
And I feel as though Trolls has been so successful.
It has been.
And I must admit, I've only seen one of the 5 movies.
I have not seen the movies, but do I know the music? Yeah, I do. I do know the music.
Look, Holland puts in work to play that music for us, and I respect the grind.
I'm like, oh yeah, this is Trolls.
Yeah.
I know this.
Oh yeah,
I know this.
this is NSYNC's one reunited song from the Trolls movie.
Oh my god.
So-
I think it's gonna take a hit.
It's embarrassing for him.
It is really embarrassing.
Maybe he needs to just bow out. Personally,
Yeah,
I think
I
so.
do think so.
I think he just needs to take a breather from it all.
I think it does get to that point in some celebrities where they're just like trying so hard,
Yeah.
and then like J-Lo,
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake, just take a breather, just take a break,
Take a step back.
come out of the limelight,
Yeah.
live your life,
Maybe
be normal,
don't do hard drugs.
maybe buy more Ubers.
Maybe
I don't know.
I don't know.
Just a thought.
If I was rich, I would be buying Ubers.
Uber X.
I agree.
You know how many Ubers I've ridden in my life? 2.
Really?
Yeah. That's crazy, right?
That is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I've probably done like 15, 20.
Yeah. Once coming back from the airport in college, and once a couple weeks ago,
For what?
Julie's
Oh,
party.
Julie's B-Day.
Yeah. That's
And
why I
we-
was like, I was nervous. I was like,
we were breaking the rules with Uber, and you were like, I can't.
I know
be here.
they're like, we're gonna shove 6 people into this 5, and I'm like, you guys, no,
He's like, "We can't."
no, he's gonna see.
It was fine. We were able to do it anyway. So
Yeah, it was fine.
perfect. Well,
Anyways.
we want to do highs and lows
Yeah,
to end it off.
bring it back to our reality a little
Yeah, bring it back to us. Do you want me to go first?
bit. Yeah, you can go.
Okay, I feel like we should start with lows because let's
Always.
get them out of the way.
Always.
What is my low?
What was the worst thing that happened to you?
So many things. I feel like. Oh, my car's been making this weird noise. I'm gonna play it because it's like so weird.
Oh, maybe someone will know.
Yeah, it's like when I press the
when
lock
she showed it to me
button-
the other day, and it was unexpected.
when I press the lock button, it makes this noise like at my gas cap. Okay. And so like, you can hear me. That's it. It's so weird. I don't understand what it is. So I sprayed some WD-40 on it, thinking it would go away, and it hasn't. So every time I like start driving, it makes this loud sucking noise,
Oh.
and everyone looks as though my car just blew a tire or
Yeah.
something. But it is what it is, as long as I know what
That
it
is
I feel
alarming
like.
when you're driving and people are looking at
I'm
you
like,
and your
I
car,
know,
and you're
I know.
like, what's happening?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what it was either. But then my high was I got to see Noah Khan this last week.
Oh. I'm so mad at myself that I joined the Noah Khan train a little late.
I love him so much.
He's amazing.
That's like the first concert probably since like Taylor.
Yeah.
That after I was like, I'm really sad that this is over.
No.
And I was just like, I really want to.
You've seen him twice, yeah?
Yeah, this is the second time I saw him. I was like almost like I was second row barricade,
Oh my
center,
God.
and like
That's amazing.
saw his spit.
He's so good.
funny too, and
Yeah.
he like sounded probably one of the best that I've ever seen live. But he was so funny because he has like a lot of depressing music. And so there was in the beginning, he was introing a song, and he was like, "Now I want you to turn to the person you came with and look them in the eyes and think of one thing you can't stand about that person." And he's like, "Don't say it. Don't say it. Just bury that down. Start to resent them for it, and then tell them in 50 years." And then he's like, "All right, this is new perspectives."
I'm
and I was like,
obsessed with him.
I love him so much. And
That's
so
amazing.
He's probably one of my top performers I've ever seen live. Like he
climbs my
phenomenal.
list fast. I was like, how has it taken me this
I think he
long?
might be probably my most listened to artist of the year.
Wow.
I mean, him or Taylor probably.
Yeah.
Harry if he comes out with something, but
Yeah, boy is on a break.
yeah. Noah's he's phenomenal. So
Yeah, very good.
and it was his 200th show of this tour, of the Stick season tour. And so it was kind of fun. But I was pretty irritated because I saw him in San Diego and then my roommate saw him in LA, like the next show. And Renee Rapp came out and joined him on stage for Stick season.
Sick.
And I was like, cool. I love her.
She's so good.
That was actually my low. That's my low. I missed that. Other people got to experience it and it wasn't me. So, but no, he was amazing. So
Nice.
and it was fun to be in San Diego.
Oh,
San
yeah, that
Diego.
was fun.
So
Nice.
that's me.
My low, I got like a little sick.
You did.
And that like doesn't, I like have a really good immune system.
Yeah.
Like I don't get sick very often. I think I caught it like before it went really bad, but it was like a head cold. So like sneezing and coughing, and I just tried to like brave it. I was like at work and I was like, no one wants their nurse to be sniffling. This is embarrassing. Like just going through
Especially,
a box of tissues. I'm just like, I hate this. But I think it's mostly gone.
Yeah.
By now. So
You only coughed a couple times.
I'm so sorry. So sorry for that. I got some phlegm. It's a little bit still there, but and then my high. Well, I guess it's coming up. My college bestie's coming in a couple days. We're going to a Mercury game.
Jenna.
Mercury is going to be playing the team that Caitlin Clark is on.
I don't know.
So women's basketball is like
it's big now.
popping off right now.
As it should be.
Yeah, I'm like so happy.
Yeah.
So happy for them. So Caitlin Clark is like one of like just graduated college and like was one of the best players of the in the league, and so she like got drafted first pick, and I think it's like I don't want to say it, maybe Iowa.
I think you might be right.
But yeah, so the Mercury is doing pretty well.
Okay.
And then they're gonna be playing that. So I think the game's gonna be like they're selling out arenas.
Good for them.
Yeah. So
Let's go.
We're gonna
women's
go
sports.
on Sunday. So I'm excited.
That's so fun.
Yeah, women's sports.
We'd love it.
But
Party.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So
That'll be a blast.
that's it.
Cool. Well,
Thanks for laughing with us.
Thanks for laughing. Like and follow, subscribe, leave a review, do whatever.
All of the above.
Talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.